And hello, Internet! Welcome to another episode of the Nerd Eye Council.
Woo woo.
I am the co-host, Nate the Great, and I am joined by my other two colleagues.
Darth Payne in the house.
And Wreck Relationships Ralph.
I love it.
And we're also joined by a special guest,
Darth Ginger.
Darth Ginger in his house.
And without further ado, today's episode will be kind of multi-topic, but it's going to be focused on Rogue One and our continuing countdown to Rogue One, which is next Friday, next week.
And there's a lot going on in the nerd
Sith
world
Days.
right now. The Spider-Man trailer just dropped. I had heard talks that they were going to save it for Rogue One, which it probably will be. One of the trailers that opens up Rogue One. But they released it, they dropped it yesterday, a little bit early. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about whatever pops into our minds today. But I know I got some Star Wars shit on my brain because we're a week away.
You never count
week.
the day we're out.
That's right. Less than a week, people.
Less than a week.
By this time, next week, we will be watching Rogue One. And after the movie, we will be giving you our reviews of Rogue One.
In a Walmart parking lot.
Wah, wah, wah.
Or in a bunker somewhere.
Right. So, we're just going to kick things off here. Stupendous Wave, which I kind of noticed today that everything he puts out is Star Wars videos.
Absolutely.
So,
shout out to Stupendous Wave.
Yes, big shout out to Stupendous Wave.
Huge
But
fan.
he released a video pointing out that one of the TV spots for Rogue One had a very familiar spacecraft in the scene where it was kind of panning out and showing like the Rebel fleet or whatever. And he mentioned that it was a VCX-100 light freighter. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, it is the exact same vessel from Star Wars Rebels. More specifically,
The Ghost.
The Ghost.
The Ghost.
The Ghost ship from Rebels.
From Rebels. And Freddie Prinze Jr., who does the voice of Kanan, he also tweeted out a picture of it with the title, I wonder what this is, ? So
That's awesome.
what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? It's probably not going to be anything major as far as the plot point is or affecting the story, but it might further the Star Wars Rebels storyline, whether it's next season will take place in between A New Hope and Empire, or
Can I interject?
or
for a moment?
what other direction they were going.
What this means is that the universe is about to get really connected. The Star Wars universe.
That's what it looks like.
What that means is Ezra Bridger is coming to the episodes. Maybe even Maul. But no, this is seriously, man. This is awesome news that they are taking what is all Star Wars and throw. I was actually.
I agree.
I was talking to Corey. Shout out to the UPS man, Corey.
Yeah, you people suck. UPS.
I was talking to Corey about said Rogue One that's coming, and I said, "Hey man, did you hear about Episode 8?" And what's his name? The bad guy.
Kylo Ren.
I don't know why. No.
Snoke.
No, the new actor, Del Toro.
Oh.
I don't know why. I always want to call him Antonio
Del
Banderas. He is not Antonio Banderas.
Del Taco.
It's his cousin. It's Antonio Banderas' cousin.
Yeah, Antonio Del Taco.
It's Benicio Del Toro.
Del Toro.
Is, you heard it here first, Ezra Bridger. I'm hoping, man. We talked about this.
We did.
Josh Ginger and I talked about this one night. That I would like to see them start incorporating everything together. Not to where it's like the novels. It's all canon, but some people read the novels. Some people watch Rebels. But I want to see them start bringing everything in together.
That would be cool to see.
Star Wars Rebels is part of the canon, then make it part of the canon. This is what I was saying to Corey. I'm like, I'm tired of them dumbing down movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, there's never like a reference for us, nerds out there, to think about it, man. I told him this. I said, think about how awesome it would have been in The Dark Knight Rises at the end when he says, instead of, my name is Robin, instead he says, my name is Dick. Mm-hmm. And who cares if the person next to you is like, I don't know who that is. Well, I'll tell you on the way home.
Or not even that, like the lady that's giving...
Or even if he says, I like Dick. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Or like the lady that's giving him the stuff. Oh, here you go, Mr. Grayson.
Right.
That would be cool. Here you go, Mr. Grayson.
But there's been this forever. This we gotta pander to the people who don't understand or don't know any better.
We gotta dumbify everything.
Hey guys, this is Robin.
And you know
what? Just that dumbing everything down. People that are the movies, when they're dumbing shit down for these people going to watch it, if you're already going to watch this movie,
you already
know
you
what's going on.
Dick Grayson is.
Yeah,
absolutely. If you're just there as a casual Batman fan, then the person you came with fucking knows who Dick Grayson is, and he'll tell you on the way home.
Or if not, Google.
Or Google it. We have no more questions anymore.
There's no more questions. That's why there's core math.
I
don't know. Core math. I don't know. I don't know.
I wanted to know smart guys.
I was at the casino earlier. I'm sorry. I lost $60.
I was just a bleeding heart today.
I'm just a bleeding heart. Okay, off topic.
Just trying to hook my friend up.
I was just trying to help him.
I'm tired of you not getting laid. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I thought Wreck-It Ralph wasn't coming until at the end of the podcast.
Hold it back.
But if anything else, if they include Rebels into Rogue One, even if it's a small, minute detail, if for nothing else to get people to maybe watch the show, like, hey, here's Rebels, we got a little show over here. Maybe you'll start to see some hints from Rogue One or something.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just kind of bring all this, make it canon if it's not canon.
Well, it is canon.
What's going on? I think what they should do is kind of because everyone that watches these movies, a lot of them are adults. They're not kids, and they got the Rebels cartoon and the Clone Wars cartoon. They could summarize that if they were gonna throw everything together. Mm-hmm. You know,
I get it. I was not a Clone Wars fan. I have a son who's he grew up on that stuff, and he was totally into it. I was always like, nah, that's not my thing. That's your thing. It's animated. But now I actually regret it. I regret it that I didn't watch the stuff, because now you can't watch it for free. Disney put a price tag on everything.
But see, I think it would be better if, instead of going the animated route, if they did a live action episodic version of it.
That would be cool.
Like if there was a live action Rebels.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You know, then there's something that all people can get into, because people, Star Wars Rebels, yeah, it's on Disney XD. Some stupid cartoon, I ain't gonna watch that shit. You know,
right?
Whatever. But if it's a live action on like TNT or something, or something like that, and be like, oh, okay, we'll watch that or whatever. And if they do it right, then the sky's the limit.
Yeah, but that's not
if they do it right.
That's not the fan.
Very fine line.
That's not the fan base, though, man. Kids wake up to Saturday morning cartoons and shit. That's what's on.
Well, I mean, you can still have
ratings.
your animated shows, but make a live action show that'll bring in the other audience.
And they've been talking about, honestly, doing that since George was in charge of things. I've been hearing...
George who? Lucas? That guy? That guy. I forgot about George Lucas.
I've been hearing them talk about a live action TV series for years. When he decided, back when he was like, no, I'm not making any more episodes, I heard it back then, years ago, like, but we might bring it to TV. and make a live action show out of it. And I said from the very beginning, like, why don't they do that?
So instead of a live action TV show, they're gonna make a fucking Chewbacca Christmas special.
I think they are eventually going to bring it to Netflix.
I think they're worried because there's a fine line in there. Because if they do a live action TV series on it, that could fuck up the movies for them, like in the future.
They're trying to tie everything together in canon. So whatever you do in that TV show, you make sure that's your canon. You know.
Mm-hmm. I just think they're afraid that they're going to lose fan base because of it.
Yeah.
Not if it's done right.
It's got to be done.
If it's done right.
If you look at what DC has done in the television universe, they're knocking it dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you got show after show after show after show of just quality.
They've added on so many different things too, like Arrow and all that shit.
Right.
And
I mean, they're doing what Marvel has been doing on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
They've been that good, and it's not so DC, not so much in the theaters now. With Wonder Woman coming out,
Wonder Woman.
That trailer actually looks pretty good.
I didn't even see the trailer.
It actually looks pretty good. I do have a question though. This Wonder Woman movie is taking place during World War I, right? World War I. Okay.
Just like Captain America was World War
So
II.
this is okay. So World War I is before Batman v Superman, right?
Yeah, obviously.
In time. Okay. How the fuck does Batman not know about Wonder Woman at all?
How doesn't anybody know about Wonder Woman? You would think that he would be like she would be the Captain America of DC.
He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. You mean to tell me that he's not come across one article, no mention of some superpowered woman that is trampling around the fields in 1914 or something?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I mean,
it's a valid point.
I mean, you're going to have Wonder Woman be from World War I, and then Captain's World War II. They would have had to have known now who the hell she was. You can't say that much of a secret. That you know what I mean?
Well, I don't really remember the Captain America movie that well, but don't they? Is there a reference at some point, maybe in one of the Avengers movies, where they say something about he's been around?
Well, yeah, because he woke up in Times Square, but he fell in that block of ice. They got him out. They thawed him out. They stuck him in a room that looked like the 1940s. But then he was listening to the radio of a baseball game that he said this game was already played because I was at this game. And then he started freaking out, and then he busts through the walls, and it's 2012 Times Square. And he's freaking out because it's not his era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the Red Skull gets sucked into the Tesseract, which they should be bringing back the Red Skull here pretty soon.
I was going to say.
He's Captain America's main villain.
I think they are.
His main antagonist.
But
he gets sucked into the Tesseract, and the plane's going down. He's like, I'm not. He calls Peggy Carter, like, I'm not going to be able to make it. You know, and he crashes, he freezes, this team finds him. Oh, look, it's Captain America. They chip him out of the ice. He wakes up in what he thinks is the 1940s, and it's really not.
It's a valid point with Wonder Woman, though. It's a very good point, because I'll take it back to Batman v Superman, the scene I fucking hate.
I hated it all.
When Superman and Batman look at each other when Wonder Woman makes her big appearance. Wonder Woman! And they go, is she with you?
I thought she was with you.
I hate that scene.
It was stupid.
And that's exactly what Nate Dogg is talking about right now, is like, wait a minute. Everybody should be aware. There's more of that shit, too, in the DC universe. You know, you guys have heard me on my little rant about Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll bring it up for the listeners, is that, okay, if you've seen Suicide Squad, which most have, you've seen Suicide Squad?
I have not been able to yet.
Have you seen it yet?
I Googled it.
Has anyone seen it?
I Googled spoilers.
Alright, so anyways...
I know that Jared Leto is Jason Todd.
At the very...
Spoiler alert, fuckers. I know it's Jason Todd. Give it out. I don't care.
We're gonna put that siren on your phone.
I don't care. You know what I mean. It's Jason Todd. It's Jason Todd. I don't care.
So anyways, there's a scene at the very end of Suicide Squad where spoilers, where the mean ass chick that's in charge of Suicide Squad, the black woman,
Amanda Waller.
Thank you, Amanda Waller, who actually is like the actual villain in the movie. It's weird. Mm-hmm. There's another villain, but at the end of the movie, you're kind of like, well, the black chick's kind of the meanest one out of the entire crew. But anyways, the villains suck.
Yeah,
one of the biggest downfalls. Anyways, she's talking to Batman, and she's like, so in exchange for your protection, because she has, spoilers, because she has fucked over the Suicide Squad so hardcore, she's afraid for her own life. So she's and I don't even like Batman in that position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? First of all, we got a Batman that's killing people like it's nothing, and now he's a personal bodyguard that does shit for money.
Now is this
or information? So she exchanges a file of the Justice League.
Yeah,
Wait, because at the end of Superman vs. Bat, is at the end?
No, it's at the beginning.
At the beginning.
That's how he finds out who Wonder Woman is. It's because he's going through her file.
He's already aware of who these people are. We see the Flash in that movie.
Aquaman.
Cyborg's
dad working on him.
Cyborg's dad in that whole scene. And they redo it again over in Suicide Squad. Like, here's a file of people that you need.
I
don't understand that. Because they clearly show him in Batman v Superman in the Batcave, like, looking at these files.
But now, is the Suicide Squad, the files given to him before Batman v Superman, and he's just now looking at it?
They make it seem like it's something new.
And then, is it a flashback?
Why would he want it? If he's already got a hard drive or whatever that's got all this information about the Justice League.
Was the hard drive in the papers?
No. She's handing him, like, old school files. Like, here
see,
you go.
That's stupid.
And see, and wouldn't he already
He's
have
Batman.
This information?
Exactly.
If there's a speedster, if there's a guy that comes out of the ocean, you know, if there's a half man, half machine, don't you think he would have already known this, studied them in detail, and come up with a way to stop them?
Well, look at Superman.
He knows
all about Superman. Yeah. He knows all about Superman because after that event happened in Man of Steel,
18 months later,
he did his research like Batman is supposed to do, and he's fully aware of who he doesn't know Clark Kent, I guess, but who Superman is. He's an alien. These are, he even knows, at that point, doesn't he know about kryptonite, or does he learn that later?
I think he learns that later, maybe. I don't know.
How does he develop the kryptonite?
The only thing I remember is him having that dream of trying to get kryptonite, and then that's when it's a setup.
Is that all they fucking show you? Is that the kryptonite?
I think, but it was a setup. It wasn't even kryptonite. It was green light bulbs to make it look like it was kryptonite as he's walking into it. But I don't even know if they show him how to get killed.
Well, remember, at the end, he's got that...
Yeah, that, but like...
So how did he... I don't remember how he found out about...
I don't know.
Kryptonite.
See, that's what I'm talking about. DC blowing their load all over their fucking bed.
Well, I only watched like...
And still sleeping in it.
I only watched about 45 minutes of it. My impression was like it was fucking slow as shit to get to all the meaty stuff. But I think he might have gotten the information about the kryptonite. There was that scene at the party where Batman goes downstairs and he plugs that device in, and it's like downloading files or whatever.
It's a LexCorp.
It was at Lex's
where he got the files from,
house.
Right? Is that where he got the...
I'm assuming it was his house or whatever. Lex was giving a speech and everything, and Alfred's like, go downstairs, it's downstairs. And he goes downstairs, he plugs the Bat downloader in or whatever, and it downloads shit. And then for some reason, Wonder Woman knows what this device is and takes it.
And she stares at him as he's doing it.
And she takes
That's not
off.
why she's looking at him, though.
What?
That's not why she's looking at him, though.
Yeah, she's like,
looking at him, undressing him.
She's like, oh, holy shit, Batman's Ben Affleck.
She wants his Batarang.
Which, is this Batman, Ben Affleck? Is this like the Dark Knight Returns, like from the comics? Like the old Batman? Because he's older,
it's
grayer.
It's basically what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's like my age.
Like, is he like mid-40s?
Way more mature.
Mid-40s, 50s? Because Robin's already dead.
I think late 30s, early 40s.
So is Suicide Squad a...
Because there's a reference, Alfred says something to Alfred about 20 years. And
yeah, you've been doing this for 20 years now.
Right, and he left, in the Batman lore, he left at 18 years old to go learn his martial arts training and shit.
So Suicide Squad, is that taken before Batman vs. Superman?
I assume no.
Or is that after Batman vs. Superman? You would think that they would save that for a different movie by itself.
Or, because, obviously Suicide Squad came after Batman vs. Superman. They would have mentioned it.
They would have mentioned
some time reference, like... And they do. Actually, it comes after. Yes, there's a brief little.
That's stupid.
They mention Doomsday.
That's stupid. Why would they? They should have done. They should have done Suicide Squad.
Well, no, they mentioned. I'm sorry. They mentioned Superman's death. So it's clearly after.
So they should have done Suicide Squad. Then they should have done Batman vs. Superman. Then they could have gone on with their own life and their own story with fucking Superman coming back in the black suit and shit. But let me figure out who the fuck Jared Leto is. I know he's Jason Todd. And Jyn Erso's Princess Leia. But still, I'm telling you that we need to know who the fuck this Joker is, because this is not the Joker we grew up watching.
No, it's definitely a new
This is a new Joker, and it better be Jason Todd, because if it's like Jack Napier or something, I'm just going to fucking...
All I know is that we need to see the real Lex Luthor, not this...
Facebook maker.
Not this Jesse Eisenberg piece of shit.
This guy was retarded.
First of all, I don't really like that guy as an actor, so when I heard he was going to be in the movie, I was like, thumbs down.
He's like one of those actors that, like, okay, if he didn't fall into this spot as like an actor, you would see him working at a gas station or something.
Kind of like Vinny.
Yeah, he does, and he's always so twitchy and nervousy in all of his movies. Even when he was in Zombie, same character, even in Zombieland.
Yes, Zombieland, exactly the same character.
Yeah,
a young,
dumb,
fidgety, Lex Luthor.
Yeah, and he's always like, "Oh, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne together." He's almost trying to act like Heath Ledger. And that's what it reminds me of a little bit. He tries, like, that reminds me of Heath Ledger, like the Joker. I just wanted
Bruce Wayne to, like, grab him by his collar and go, you need to settle the fuck down.
Settle the fuck down. Facebook sucks.
Okay. Sorry. They got Twitter now.
Twitter now.
Yeah, it was... Batman v Superman, it kept bouncing around and back and forth. And then, how the fuck does he figure out that this green rock hurts Kryptonians?
That's what I'm saying now. I don't remember them making it clear. How does he connect one to the other? Was it just happenstance or whatever? Just like, and Batman.
Oh wow, it cuts him.
Right, and Batman's detective work. Anyone who is a Batman fan, Batman's detective work is a very important part of the character. So you're just kind of like taking this. It's kind of like taking Superman's cape off of him.
Right.
Him being a detective is a very important part of who he is, and they just kind of like grease right over it. Like, oh yeah, he figured it out. Oh, he made this kryptonite sphere. Like, you get it, right? Like, there's no. Oh wait, there should have been this light bulb scene where the light bulb goes off, where he's studying Superman or whatever, and. Oh, I think I figured something out, Alfred. I don't remember that scene. Right. I don't think there is.
Right, and another thing that bothers me. Okay, so you hear that these aliens are fighting each other on Metropolis. So you go there as Bruce Wayne? You fly in on your helicopter. What the fuck are you gonna do?
It was daytime.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's daytime, but I mean, in all of this chaos, don't you think that
what would he have done, though?
Are going to be paying attention?
What would he have done, though? Honestly, he was Superman, or he's Batman. I mean,
if anything, he could have been up in the building helping people get out.
He would have got destroyed in a minute, though. He really would have.
Here's another thing I don't like about this.
You got two gods, figuratively, fighting, and then you got Batman.
Well,
but I mean, Batman.
Batman. I love Batman. Batman.
I'm saying Batman wouldn't engage them.
Batman is Superman's father.
He wouldn't engage them. I'm not saying he would engage them in combat. I'm just saying he could have gone there in some type of power armor or something, and at least try to help some of these people out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole movie's full of holes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to say this, because I was thinking about this the other day. I was listening to Collider, shout out to Collider videos, or podcast, great podcast. Listen to this one first, then listen to Collider. But they were talking about the DC Universe. And I'm going to say this. If the Batman standalone movie fails, this entire universe is going to implode upon itself.
Well, I think it starts with Wonder Woman. If Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman is going to be the first DC film, I think under the Jeff Jones watch, under his watchful eye.
I'm not sure.
And like I said, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is. But if Wonder Woman does well, then I think you have the building blocks to build the foundation of the DC universe.
Right, and I do think, especially Wonder Woman is an emerging character. From that movie, everyone was like, well, Wonder Woman was good, at least,
Right.
So, but I even think, even if the Wonder Woman movie is so-so, I don't think it's going to suck.
No.
I think you can look at Batman versus Superman and go, that movie kind of sucked. I don't think it's going to be worse than that. So I don't think it's going to fall into the category of sucked. But even if Wonder Woman is like, I think people will go, well, fuck it. Batman is coming. And he's the god of the DC universe, and they'll get it right with Batman. I'm telling you, if they don't do this Batman movie right, it's the whole DC universe is screwed. But I agree with you, Nate, that the Wonder Woman movie looks promising, and if that's a letdown too, then you got 3 movies, boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. 4, really, if you count Man of Steel, that have all been disappointments.
Now, something I kind of want to see. In the Batman vs. Superman movie, they have the old picture with Wonder Woman and, the other, 4 guys that she was with at the time, and I understand that's probably going to play a role in this Wonder Woman movie. It's going to kind of explain who they are, but the Indian guy, the tall-ass Indian guy on the right, did you see that? Did you see that guy?
Indian guy.
There's an Indian guy in that little group that she's standing in front of.
Yeah.
They show that same picture in the Wonder Woman trailer.
That Indian motherfucker go chuck and fucking grow like fucking 30 feet tall. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
because then they could tie some more shit into it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You remember that, dude?
Talking about in the trailer, or?
Well, it was in Batman v Superman, and he was going through her profile, and it said like 1918, and she was standing next to a bunch of.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's an Indian guy standing next to her, and then that's when he texted her, "Is this you?" That Indian guy is who he's talking about.
Yeah, that Indian guy. What the hell is his name? Tonto.
It's not Tonto.
It could be.
It's Sacagawea.
We're going with Tonto.
It's Tatanka.
Well, if they show Tonto grow 30 feet tall in this Wonder Woman movie, that right there is going to make it better.
No, I think what they should have done was kept the Green Lantern in there instead of Cyborg.
Okay, so have you heard this? That Green Lantern is coming? Green Lantern is coming, but I heard, and maybe someone watched this video. I saw a video, I didn't watch it, that said Green Lantern is actually in the not poster, but the
trailer.
The little. I guess it is a poster, or online poster of the Justice League.
So wait, is he going to make?
He's in the background in the sky.
So he's going to make like an appearance. Then.
I think a cameo.
Okay, but I don't know. See, I don't know. I think they're making this fucking movie based on Teen Titans. Personally,
I think if Green Lantern does appear, I think it's going to be Jon Stewart.
Apache Chief.
Really?
That's pretty generic right there.
I thought of that name.
White Man Smith.
It was either Apache Smith or John Stamos.
Yes, it was John Stamos.
It was one of those two.
John Stamos as Apache Chief.
Oh, Apache Chief, not Apache Smith, my bad.
Enoch Chuck.
Have mercy.
Fun fact, you guys know that Tano actually means stupid?
Tonto?
Yeah, so every time the Lone Ranger and Tano are together, he's like,
stupid.
He's like, hey, Tonto, my friend. He's like, hey, stupid, my friend. Don't call me stupid.
I'm not stupid.
I know what that means.
I know what that means. Shut up, Steve. Go back in the closet. Your time's not up yet.
So I don't have any idea how we got on the DC universe, because the intention was to talk Star Wars, but somehow we meandered.
I just think that DC is always going to be something we're going to talk about, because DC has been fucking up and sucking so much ball sack in the past fucking years.
I'm going to tell you what, man, years ago, I'm going to say circa 2011, when they were talking about Justice League in the distant future, DC wanted, or Warner Brothers, which is DC is owned by Warner Brothers, which is owned by AT&T. If that's not all fucked up, I don't know what is. They were talking about it way back then. We're talking 5 years ago, about how DC wanted to do the Justice League movie and then do spin-offs. And I said 5-6 years ago, that's stupid. Why would you do that?
And Marvel does it.
No, because Marvel did it the opposite way.
Marvel did it the opposite.
We got Iron Man, we got Thor,
Captain.
Hulk was before Iron Man.
And then they did the scenes at the end of each one that connects to the next one.
That made you go, oh fuck, I can't wait to see that movie. That character.
And they dropped Easter eggs, like they look at a file, oh, the Avengers Initiative. You're like, oh shit, the Avengers!
Or Thor's hammer in the background.
Thor's hammer,
Captain.
you know.
And instead you got DC trying to mimic that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh fuck, we're getting our ass kicked. So
With
you
the
know what?
credits
We're gonna do a big one,
Like
and
I
then
said,
we're gonna do the little ones.
Like I said, blow their load.
Like,
And then let's fuck it up and then keep making stupid big movies, which no one fucking knows anything about.
See, I'm going to make a good analogy right here. Marvel is like the girlfriend you want to get to know, not just have somebody like drop her off at your house. Like, Marvel understands... Marvel understands that you have to slowly introduce a relationship.
Yeah, but DC's got fucking Batman. And DC does not fucking
and
hold...
like, Batman!
And Batman does not hold anything back. He says, he sees something, he goes for it.
Going, I'm not ready.
He sees something, he goes for it, alright?
I'm not ready for Batman.
It don't fucking matter if it's Captain America or fucking Marvel. Batman sees something, he thinks it's gonna work, he's gonna go for it. Alright? It's as simple as that. He ain't gonna fucking wait and say, let's just wait a few days and see what happens. Marvel needs to get that shit out of there. Because if DC really...
Reel it back in.
If DC really wanted it, it would have already happened. Batman knows what the fuck he's doing. Alright?
Well, I thought.
Batman...
God.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Moving on.
Oh, God.
Batman knows what DC doesn't always know what they're doing, but in certain situations, they can cover it. And Marvel doesn't always make the right decision sometimes.
So as long as we're on this topic, I just want to give a shout out to Lois Lane, who I met today. Boy, she's hot.
And you wouldn't have met her if it wasn't for fucking Batman.
And Superman's like, you're always getting in the way, Batman.
We just had to keep Superman in the car for 5 minutes.
So anyway, Star Wars, boys. Star Wars. 6 days till Rogue One.
What the fuck are they talking about?
Hey man, I got this chick in the fucking Batmobile.
These guys are fucking beating people up. So, Rogue One.
Thoughts on Rogue One, guys? What are we excited for?
I'm excited to find out that Jyn Erso's Captain Phasma.
Not.
It's been proven It's been theorized.
Theorized.
That's a word only on the Nerd Eye Council. Copyright by
So
Ralph.
Nate, tell the listeners the spoilers possibly that you were talking about today with the back to tank.
Oh, yeah. So
The back to tank scene that nobody's talking about, everybody forgot about it.
Right. The back to tank scene where you see the royal guard sitting in the back, and there's a cloaked figure that kneels in front of this back to tank. You don't know who's in the back to tank or whatever, but a couple days ago, the makers of Rogue One, they made like a behind the scenes thing, kind of explaining how they made Rogue One, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And this one shot where they show one of the people in like some type of creature legs or something, kind of showing, kind of like walking, kind of demonstrating or whatever. But in the background of that shot, you see a body, and with a little mask on it, like a respirator mask, but with no limbs. And some people have hypothesized that maybe that was Vader out of his suit, and he could be the one in the back to tank.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, so they're wondering, are we going to see Vader outside of his suit?
But he'll be all pale looking and Return of the Jedi style, right?
No, because this will be in between 3 and 4. So he's still going to be fresh in the suit. So he's still going to be kind of Hayden Christensen looking. Looking probably a little deformed, obviously, because he's more machine than man now. But I mean, I'm sure he's still going to look Hayden Christensen like.
You think they'll bring Hayden Christensen in for it?
I would assume so.
Now, is this for Episode 8 or Rogue One?
No, this is for Rogue One.
Huh.
Doesn't that sound interesting?
Yeah.
So is it Vader in the back to tank? But if it is Vader, which is really cool if we get to see Vader unmasked again. We've only seen him for 3 seconds.
And who is the cloaked figure kneeling in front of, let's just say, who is kneeling in front of Vader? If it's not an Imperial officer, why? If it's an Imperial officer,
Jyn Erso.
I was just gonna say
maybe it's Jyn Erso.
Jyn Erso, because we have suspicion that
we've seen her in full Imperial black. I'm assuming she might be dressed up as a dark trooper.
You think she's playing a spy on both sides?
I do. But I'm gonna say this: there's a flaw. If it is Jyn Erso, there's a flaw in that scene because the Imperial Guards would never let anyone that close. To Vader, even if they were a Death Trooper, I still don't think Vader in a back to tank, 2 Imperial Guards guarding it, and they're just standing there like, oh, that's cool. Whoever wants to come in.
Okay, so where would
they do? I was just agreeing with him. They wouldn't let anybody that close to him being that vulnerable.
No. I even heard Collider Video talking about whoever that is has to be a very imposing figure in the entire trilogy for them to be that close to whoever is in the back tank, whether it's the Emperor, Vader, Snoke,
lower ranking. You know, I don't see anybody higher than Vader kneeling in front of Vader.
I guess we technically don't really know the Death Troopers and how much seniority they have.
But then that also brings the question: if it's actually, now that I say that, it wouldn't be a Death Trooper, because why would a Death Trooper be cloaked?
Yeah,
right.
Maybe so it's Darth Maul.
I fucking hope so.
Dude, what if it's Maul and Maul and Vader get into it?
This is one of the theories. Stupendous Wave a couple of months ago was theorizing in a video that it could be Maul. Trying to, but his thoughts was it was Emperor, or it was the Emperor in the back to tank, trying to kill him at his weakest, and he's kneeling before him, kind of mocking him, like, "Oh, you used to be my master." So, but again, that's a big question mark.
I think it's either going to be
right now. It's all speculation. We don't know for sure if it is going to be Vader in the back to tank. But if that body is Vader out of his suit, it would make sense for him to be in a Bacta tank.
Well, he's been out of his suit before. They even showed it in Empire. Remember when he was getting his gear on?
Oh,
and he
briefly.
Very briefly.
Very
He's
briefly.
in that, like, self-contained...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His helmet was off.
That's the only place he can be without his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you something else that I brought this up to somebody today, and they said, no, that can't be, because without the chest piece, he can't breathe. And I don't know, that kind of sounds accurate, but I don't know how this works.
Well, when he took off the mask in Jedi,
he dying already, or was taking off the mask what killed him?
He couldn't have been dying. Well, he might have been dying from Luke Skywalker beating the shit out of him.
Well, he was...
From the Force lightning.
Well, when he picked up the Emperor, the Force lightning was shooting all over the place, and it was going through him,
and he tells Luke, I want to look upon you with my own eyes.
But if I take your mask off, you would die.
So it's not the chest piece, it's the mask that helps him breathe.
Then what was he... Why...
When it's off in Empire, how is he breathing? Because I think in that chamber he can breathe. In his whatever they call
hyperbolic chamber, if you want to call it that. Right. But I was looking something up on that. They were saying yes, that's the one chamber that he can physically sustain himself in without his mask and anything like that. And that's also a question constantly that was brought up was how the fuck does Darth Vader eat in there? Or they would also hook like different IVs up to his suit or anything like that with, the vitamins that he fucking needs or whatever. Vegetables and fruits and shit. Yeah. He's that strong with the Force. He doesn't need to eat shit.
Right.
I don't eat shit. Who told you that?
It's such a minor and... not even an important detail, but it would be nice to see a more human side of Vader. Like maybe how does he eat? Maybe we'd like to see maybe IVs. Maybe he's getting IVs, and then we're okay, so that's how he gets his nutrients or something.
Who was it that brought up that maybe Jyn Erso or Rey was Vader's kid? Who brought that up?
You?
No, it wasn't fucking me.
I don't know.
I think that
was it Corey?
Me?
Or was it Nate?
Or Joe?
I think it might have been me.
Nate or Joe.
And what if Jyn Erso is actually one of Vader's offsprings and using her as a spy for both sides?
It's Ridge telling us this. Wasn't it Ridge?
Who's Ridge? Oh, that guy. Oh, that fuck, yeah.
Well...
Once you get traded to a different team, I don't fucking know.
The timing of it wouldn't fit.
Because we were figuring that out on Jakku. Jakku's only, 27 hours?
Yeah, like a day rotation on Jakku lasted about 27 hours.
So even that's only
3 extra hours.
Yeah, that ain't nothing.
Yeah, there was a theory out there of trying to the ever wondering question on who Rey's parents are, and one of the theories out there was that it was Vader's kid that he had after Padme died.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
After Padme died, and
that's what Ridge said. Yes.
She was...
I heard from Nate first.
She was taken to Jakku and left there. And the theory said that Jakku's rotation is slower than any other planet, and that's why. And she aged so much slower.
Oh, I call bullshit.
If that's the case, Kylo Ren could be her daughter or her dad.
Alright, I'm just going to say this. How the fuck are you going to explain that in the movies? You're not going to explain that.
You can explain that perfectly.
But...
I'm sticking with Palpatine.
But...
I think
Daisy Ridley, the actress who played Rey in The Force Awakens, she came out earlier this week stating... She was asked the question, who's Rey's parents? And she's like, well, I thought Episode 7 explained that already.
She said that?
Yeah. She's like, oh, I thought episode 7 kind of explained that.
What if Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia did it before they knew they were brother and sister?
You sick fuck.
And then they...
What's wrong with you?
And then they did... And then they
Did you not take your meds today?
And they
Did you not take your meds today?
I took my meds. That's why I got these great ideas.
But he finds out in Jedi anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just personally,
Rey is not her dad, or Luke is not her dad.
Seriously, how disappointed would everyone at this table be if they're like, "Oh, Luke Skywalker's my dad"? I would be seriously disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Well, we all knew as of last year. We all figured Luke Skywalker.
We did. When we walked out of the theater, when I walked out of the theater, I was convinced. Oh, that's his daughter. But a year has passed. I have heard numerous interesting theories about who she could be. That if Disney was like, yeah, well, it's Luke's daughter. At this point, I think Disney ought to reconsider. I really do.
I think that she is the Jedi who went crazy and killed everybody. I think she's the one that and that's why they took her. They took her to Jakku, and that's why the Falcon just happens to be on that planet.
So her Force powers are so powerful that she flipped out as a child.
Had to, because
killed the entire Jedi Order that Luke was training. Luke was like, "Oh fuck, I gotta hide this
chick,
this atomic fireball of a chick."
And then they erased her memory, and holding that lightsaber refreshed her memory a little bit.
I don't know if that could happen though, and I'll tell you why. I mean, it's interesting. That is. I'm
just saying.
I like the theory.
I did too.
But in episode 7, it is so when Snoke or Kylo or anyone is talking about Rey, it's so casual. Like if that was the case, wouldn't Snoke be like, "That's the one, that girl. We finally found her." You know, wouldn't it be like, "Oh, the bitch that killed the Jedi Order off," almost?
Maybe they don't even want her to know.
But it's so downplayed.
Maybe
Snoke's like,
he's more focused on
maybe
Luke
she did it.
Anything else, really.
Maybe she did it, and Kylo Ren got the blame for it.
Or you think maybe Kylo was taking the blame?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Kylo Ren's taking the blame for it, and Kylo Ren stuck her on the planet, knowing, and he erased her memory, and they made it look like she got killed in the fucking academy or whatever. But really, she's the one that killed everybody.
All right, so expanding upon
because he was trying to read her mind, and he couldn't get through it, and it was pissing him off because she was stronger than he was.
So expanding upon this idea, what if? Okay, so assuming like she killed the Jedi Order off, and Kylo got blamed for it or credit, whatever you want, whose perspective you're looking at it from. Right. So when he says to her, "I can train you." So before that, Snoke says, "Bring her to me." Mm-hmm. So instead of Kylo going, "Hey, my master wants to train you or meet you or whatever," and he doesn't say that. He goes, "I can train you." So maybe that's because Kylo's keeping this secret. Or he doesn't want Snoke. Like if she walks in the room, Snoke will be like, "Ah."
Or he got blamed for it. Or he got blamed for it.
But not really blame, credit. I mean, with Snoke, that would be credit. Like,
well, think about think about it. She's in there and she's going fucking apeshit, killing all these fucking little Padawans, whatever. And he comes in, knocks her out, grabs the lightsaber. Luke Skywalker walks in, sees her knocked out, sees all these other Jedis knocked out, killed.
He was framed.
And he was framed. And he gets so pissed off because they're not believing him, he's like, fuck it. You know what? Fuck you guys.
It's interesting.
But I don't think that... Well, see, a counter to that was that if that's the case, then Snoke would have reached out to Rey, not Kylo.
Yeah, but if Kylo Ren was offering to take that spot, and Rey, and then that's when Kylo Ren put her on the planet, and Kylo Ren stuck her on the planet, and that's why she knew it was him for her to come back, and then Snoke just said, fuck it,
And if Luke Skywalker is the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy, which I don't think there's an argument there right now.
Yeah, well, Han Solo is pretty strong.
Not a Jedi.
Not a Jedi, but, you know.
Wouldn't he have at least sensed that? Like there was something going on? If that was the case?
If that was your daughter, say Rey is his daughter, and he's...
Playing it?
No, Luke and Rey, father and daughter. And you see your nephew kill your daughter. Wouldn't you have rage and get pissed off, even without even thinking? You'd be like, what the fuck did you just do?
But he didn't kill the daughter.
But he didn't kill her, but she looked like she was dead because Kylo Ren knocked her out because she was going apeshit. And he picked up the lightsaber at the wrong time, and Luke Skywalker walked in.
It definitely could be a big oh shit moment.
I think Rey has got a lot more, and I don't even think it's Rey's her real name either. I think it's something else because her helmet.
I don't think
Rey.
that's her actual name either. Because if we've never talked about this on the podcast, I saw this somewhere, and then once I heard about it, I watched the movie, and it's true. The Rebel pilot helmet that she puts on says Rey when she's sitting there leaning against the dead AT-AT.
And that's why I think they completely erased her memory, and that's the only thing she could find that said a name on it.
The only problem with that theory is that if Snoke is supposed to be the wise, I mean, Kylo Ren tells him when he kills his dad, he says that's not true. Snoke is wise or something like that. So he references Snoke being so wise.
Maybe they made a pact. Maybe they made a deal saying you cannot have my daughter, but I'll give you the second best thing, which would be Kylo Ren, because he's a Skywalker too.
Or Snoke's just using Kylo to get to Rey and playing stupid.
True.
I'm still very against Rey being
a Skywalker.
Luke's daughter. Just for the fact that if you actually read into it, Luke did have one kid, but it was a boy. He met Mars Jade.
But that's not canon anymore.
That's
not canon.
But his name was Ben. His name ended up being
Ben after Obi-Wan.
But they do in this canon, they do steal things from and twist it a little bit and change it a little bit.
So. Like, I would have thought they would have kept Luke's son's name Ben because he was more close. But then they could have said Princess Leia is the one that got saved by Obi-Wan Kenobi because she was, help me, Obi-Wan, help me over. So.
Right. I don't know. All I know is I want to see more than 5 minutes of Vader.
More than 5 minutes worth of Vader.
I think Vader could last more.
Well, think about it. We got 10 seconds of Luke Skywalker.
I said this before, and I'll say it again. I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to show Vader at his best.
And why is everybody afraid of him?
Agreed.
What made Vader such a threat in the galaxy? And this is the opportunity. I want to see Vader just cutting people down. I want to see Vader in his suit against another Jedi.
Okay, time out. Off topic. What you just said, wouldn't Luke Skywalker know that it was Rey that killed all the Jedis, right?
Right.
Well, then it would be, wouldn't Darth Vader know, or wouldn't, what the fuck am I saying?
Snoke?
No, not Snoke. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Kylo?
I just lost it.
Kylo
Ren. Maybe because if you said that Luke Skywalker would have known that was Kylo Ren or Rey that killed everybody, then Vader would know that Padme is still alive. Or Padme lived because of, or died because, not because of Vader. Like the Emperor's lying, because he would have felt that.
I'm trying to follow you.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Okay. Vader was lied to, saying that your anger killed Padme.
Okay.
Which really, that's not what happened.
Okay.
But then go back to the story about me saying Luke Skywalker walks in and sees Kylo Ren killing everybody.
Yeah.
But you said Luke Skywalker would know because he would know it. The same thing with Darth Vader. He would know that the Emperor's lying to him. You get what I mean? A little bit?
Yeah.
Unless we're just thinking, I'm thinking too much into it, but...
Well, I think the counter to that would be is that during that time, because supposedly she's giving birth while he's getting turned into Vader.
Why the hell did she die? I still don't understand why
broken
she died.
Heart. She died of a broken heart. She died of a broken heart.
Well, there's actually a theory that she was assassinated. That she was given something during birth to prevent her from having
That's more plausible than, oh, she died of a broken heart. Come on, man. I know it's a real thing. I know, but God, that's a stretch.
There was a theory saying
but
that she could have been injected with something before to prevent her from even having the babies.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. All right, how many mothers do you know out there that would just be like, well, my baby daddy is the most menacing force in the universe, and these two kids don't really have a home. I'm just gonna fuck it. I'm just gonna take a long nap. No, man. I've always thought like every mother in that situation, even if they were sick, dying, no, fuck, I have to live. I have to live for the sake of my children.
Yeah, but you don't know if she was losing a lot of blood. You don't know. She just got her ass choked out by fucking. That might have had something to do with it too.
Yeah, I
think it's so uncharacteristic of Padme.
Yes, it is.
Being a queen of a planet and just giving up like that.
I
mean, you think she would be more determined than ever. I am going to bring him back into the light.
That's where her and Princess Leia are completely different.
Well, I mean, you got 2.5 movies of Padme being a badass. I mean, look at.
And she gives up by shitting out 2 kids.
All right, I can't take it no more.
I'm gonna take it.
But even in Attack of the Clones, you see like warrior Padme.
Yeah, you see her outsmarting.
I can fight on the lines with everybody else.
Almost outsmarting Obi-Wan and.
Which is kind of the opposite of actually, if you think about it, is the opposite of Leia. Like Leia is more behind the scenes now.
Yeah.
She's not fighting on the front lines like her mother did. She's more of a tactical strategist.
Yeah.
Her mom doing everything
in there shooting shit.
So there's a few novels out, and I know none of us really read the novels, but
I don't know how to read.
Excuses, Rob. But in the Bloodline novel, and I'm only telling you not because I've read it, from what I've heard from Collider and other places, I'll kind of catch you guys up a little bit. So this Bloodlines is after 7, right after 7. It's either right after 7 or right before 7. But there is it gets out that Vader was her father. Like, okay, she's running for office. She's a senator. And it gets out that she's Vader's offspring. And apparently that's kind of weird to me. I thought, nobody knew that? But then again, it kind of makes sense. You wouldn't go around telling everybody, that guy we just kicked his ass, that was actually my daddy.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you think about it, he redeemed himself.
But who knows that? The people in
the Force Ghosts.
The people in the galaxy that are just living, that are
Yeah, it's not like a major announcement. The Galactic Empire's been defeated.
Darth Vader was actually a good guy.
A.K.A. Anakin Skywalker. Wait, what?
Right.
I don't know. I just think that...
So think about this. At the point of 6 ends, this is what people in the galaxy are thinking. Mm-hmm. Yay, we have our system back. But they're also thinking... Fuck, we're glad that got rid of that Vader dude, because he was just a
He was a real
pain in the ass.
Wait for 20 more years.
And Anakin Skywalker, I would assume, is a legend. I would assume people talk about him. But how many people know that he became Vader?
I don't think anybody knew.
Not really anybody.
It would have been Obi-Wan and Padme and the rest of and Mace Windu.
So all I know about this novel is that she's running for office again, or whatever, re-election, and I believe it's for a senator spot or whatever for the New Republic. And there's a guy running against her. He's a anybody know the character or the species that is Jabba's servant? You remember the guy at the door that's like Jabba no Bada. That guy, whatever alien he is. It was got the weird penis thing on his head that wraps around his neck.
The Watto species?
Yeah, and he's like...
No, not Watto species. No. He's the one the blue one. The blue guy. Yeah, and he walks...
The blue anteater looking thing?
No. He's the one guy, he's got like fucked up teeth a little bit.
Got, like sharp teeth.
Sharp teeth, and he's got like a blue fucking penis coming out.
Remember, he lets
Luke in.
He
goes,
and he goes up to Jabba.
But he sounds like Watto. So that's why I say Jabba no Bada, but he sounds like Watto.
And he's trying to tell him. He's trying to be like, hey, I let him in, and because he got a Jedi mind trick used on him.
Yeah.
And Jabba's like, idiot!
You let him use that mind.
Okay, what?
So anyways, that species, whatever those are, someone get our information guys on this.
Steve, get on it.
I'm trying to do it. All right.
Start.
So, anyways, she's running against a guy that wants to be a senator. He's a newcomer, and he's one of those aliens.
And he throws her underneath the bus.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, you didn't know? That's actually Vader's daughter." And people are like, "What?"
But see, even Owen knew though, because Owen didn't want him.
Again, that's like family secrets, though.
So that's family secret. So how?
Not many people at all.
Right. It's not like Owen's gonna be like, yeah. So my stepbrother, that's him.
My stepbrother.
If you had any wonder, now you know.
Yeah. My stepbrother was a dick.
So she's like, she obviously, I don't know what happens in the novel, but she somehow gets people on her side. But she's
that guy, yes.
Twi'lek.
Bib Fortuna.
Yeah, they're Twi'lek.
He's a Twi'lek. Why does he look different than the other Twilight, doesn't he?
He's like white.
Male Twi'lek.
This is what happens when you get old.
You get old.
When you're old Twi'lek, you look like that. You got a penis on your neck.
Not even a penis.
It's not my penis, though, I swear.
But stuff comes out of it.
You know what I mean. Well,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Steve.
Anyway, so she somehow convinces the galaxy that, oh, no, I'm not like Vader. But there's this stigma of, like, Vader is still a bad guy in everybody's minds. Which is why, and that makes sense if you think about the episodes, which is why that the Knights of Ren are Vader worshippers. That's why Kylo Ren doesn't understand. Nobody really knows.
That he redeemed himself at the end.
And probably nobody knows that Anakin was Vader. Probably not. That's probably like a family secret.
So if it was such a family secret and then he redeemed himself, why is Kylo Ren trying to be like him? If he redeemed himself.
Well, because I think Kylo Ren doesn't know that.
He has to have known that.
It seems strange, but I think it's been hidden from him.
I mean, the oldest grandson would have had to have known. I mean, you would think...
Well, they laid it out there like Leia's been out running for office and Han's been out chasing pirates and shit.
Getting some booty.
But there's that once, there's not...
But they split up because of Kylo Ren. Because of Ben. I think my personal opinion...
I don't think they were really together.
I think they were together, and then Kylo Ren, Ben... went crazy, and Han Solo was like, you know what, I fucking told you, I didn't want his ass being part of the Jedi Academy, I told you, look what happened, this is all on your ass now.
I think more realistic.
Let's go, Chewie.
I think what happened was, I think Han tried to be the married husband for maybe 6 months or whatever, and was like, I gotta go.
No.
She's like, where are you going? And he's like, I'll be back in a minute.
I get a loaf of bread.
Right,
no, but I think he did. I think honestly that they did work it out. They were married. They were happily married, and she wanted him to be a Jedi like her father and her brother, and he didn't want nothing to do with it. And he gave in just like any other man would and be like, fine, go ahead. Take his ass to boot camp. He fucks up at boot camp. He's like, I told you this is what was going to fucking happen. I told you. I'm done. I'm so done. Chewie, let's go.
Let's go get some space zoo animals.
Yeah. And then that's what she said, go get our son back.
I think they were together and she either wanted to or she got called upon to help with the resistance or whatever they are called now. So she got involved in that, and Han being Han didn't want to. He didn't want to be a part of that, or he didn't want to stay in one place for too long, and said, "I can't stay here. I gotta go do my own thing."
See, it's either that or she picked her brother over Han Solo. Like her brother, hey, I'm thinking about starting a new Jedi Academy. Would
But I don't know. But see, I don't know if Han would be against that.
I don't think he would either.
He would be
that
against.
he just
He would because he's seen it. He's like, no, my kid's not going to be part of that. That's your family. Your family's fucked up. My family's
be
not.
A fucking smuggler.
He's a smuggler. He shoots first. That's what Han Solo would say.
I want him to have the Falcon after I'm gone.
Yeah. But then that's why I think he left Leia with Ben, because he told Rey, you're looking at Han Solo as a father figure, but he would have let you down because he left Ben. And that's when he started, right?
And a lot of people are saying that there were a lot of similarities between Episode 7 and Episode 4.
Too many similarities
with the way it was structured and everything. I think they're going to follow that footprint
all the way through.
8 and 9, where in 8 we're going to get all of these revelations.
Yeah,
like we found out in Empire. I am your father.
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff. No, it's not true. I think we're going to get that same type of revelation.
So
where either Snoke says, I created your father, or I created Anakin, or Anakin was Vader, or we'll find out I am Darth Plagueis.
Mm-hmm.
I trained at Palpatine, blah, blah, blah. We're going to get some kind of revelation. Yeah. Or maybe we'll get clarification on who Rey's parents are.
I just think 7 and 4, you bringing that up, has got so many similarities. Because you got the old man who dies, Han Solo, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right.
They both die by the red lightsaber. And then you got your guy who's trying to... I don't want to compare Finn and Han Solo together, because they're not the same at all. But in some areas they are. And then you got Rey, who's like the Luke Skywalker, who lives on the planet by herself, never been off Tatooine / Jakku, and wants to do her own thing and shit. And then got her little fucking droid, BB-8 / R2-D2. It's too much like Episode 4. And then, like you said at the end, Plagueis is going to be saying, I'm your father too, whether it's a Force Ghost of Anakin, or Anakin comes back, or Vader comes back, or something. And then Anakin's going to be, no! And Kylo Ren's going to be like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on here?
Or what if...
That's what I think.
Right, I mean,
who knows? I mean, we could be having this whole fucking thing wrong, but we're throwing so many theories out there. Something's got to be right.
Yeah, you know that they're doing it right when they keep it so hush-hush, and all you can do is speculate.
Yep.
All you try to be the smarter person in the room and try to figure this out.
Even Stupendous Wave, he's throwing out hundreds of videos, but his movies or his videos, maybe one theory might be right or something, I mean, one of our theories is probably more than likely right. One of them is.
And the only people that know for sure are the people that are making the movies.
We need to break into fucking Disney, like they did at Skywalker Ranch.
Break into the Disney vaults.
Break into the Disney vaults.
Find the frozen corpse of Walt Disney himself.
It's already taken care of. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Walt Disney's in the
feeding on the young
Walt
children.
Disney's Anakin's
maybe
father.
He's in the back to tank.
Yeah, Walt Disney's in the back of the tank. Bring me children, brains.
I don't know. I just think that
bring me the Jews.
I think Anakin Skywalker's father might be the Emperor. He might be the Emperor. I think he could be the Emperor. He's a young, classy, snazzy Emperor. Palpatine, hair combed back, big old Jew nose. Non-racial.
Non-racial.
I'm Jewish too, so it's all good.
Like, what's up, Shmee?
What's up, Shmee? Shmee want me? Shmee want me, eh? We're gonna have a baby called Anakin.
Anakin.
Did I tell you that the Palpatine movie young Palpatine movie that's being talked about?
There's
It's
a young.
gonna be so
It's
fucking
being talked
boring.
about. it's set in stone.
Possibility that they might make the movie somewhere down the line. I think they probably will.
I'd rather watch Chewbacca's Holiday Special 12 times than see that fucking movie.
No, you don't mean that.
I mean that.
One of the names being floated around to play a young Palpatine is Tom Hiddleston.
Really?
Yeah.
Loki.
Loki. I could see that.
Yeah. He kind of looks like him. He really does.
Have you heard about the theory that Palpatine never died?
No,
or that he has died, but
comes back
is used a Sith, uses a Sith secret. It's like, okay, you know how a lot of Sith will come back as a Force ghost. Well, there's this Sith art where they'll actually take over another body. Now, there was this theory, and I was looking into it, and it goes into a lot of fucking detail on how he's died multiple times and actually influences Luke to be his apprentice. And Luke kind of plays both sides of the field and finally,
like at the end of...
But what he does is, okay, Order 66, he had all these stormtroopers played out, right?
Clone
troopers. Well, he had a stash, let's say a stash, of his own troopers that he kept in tanks, growing to their primal state, right? And when he would die, he would transfer his spirit into one of their bodies. Now, he made sure, and he had made sure, that he transferred these into one of his troopers, because if he would transfer them into, say, a Force-sensitive being like Ben or Kylo Ren or Luke or anybody like that, they could kind of fight it off, and sending him to the what's it called? The Star Wars version of hell.
So the Emperor could. I don't
he could transfer his spirit
to some random person.
Yes, but he would transfer his spirit into a clone.
Possess your soul.
He would transfer his spirit into a clone that he had kept for this purpose.
Kind of like Steve does.
Unlimited power.
Now, he had multiple apprentices beforehand, and it ended up leaving it. When I was reading it off, when I was reading it up, it ended up leaving me off at where he was betrayed because he had two apprentices at the same time, technically defying the rule of two, and they had wanted to overthrow him, killing off or destroying all the other clones without him knowing, except he had came back and pretty much killed them before they had only left one.
But Palpatine never believed in the rule of two.
He didn't.
He never believed in the rule of two. He actually...
That's why he even killed Dooku over Anakin.
He didn't even see himself as a Sith. He saw himself above the Sith. He saw himself above everybody else.
So you think the Emperor might be Snoke? Or Snoke might be the Emperor? And the reason why he's all fucked up looking is because he got thrown in that pit and he got even more fucked up?
I'm wondering if they're gonna throw a curveball and say, what if Rey is actually Palpatine himself? Palpatine, his spirit, has inhabited her body.
And he's been laying low.
And I think he's either been laying low, and Luke realizes this. Maybe there's like some kind of an outburst, which would then kind of connect with your theory. Maybe he kind of gains control and he strikes down a Padawan or something.
But where would you get the flashbacks from?
We don't know if they're flashbacks.
Or flash forwards?
Maybe it's foreseeing the future.
But why? I don't know.
Because it's hard. Because it's really. I don't know about anybody else here, but it was kind of hard to determine if there was a a past event or a future event?
Oh, for sure. It was a strange. It was more like the
only thing for sure.
It was more like a vision than
a memory.
A memory.
The only thing for sure is when the ship was leaving and she was crying, "Come back." So whoever dropped her off on that planet was somebody, obviously a family member, like a trade.
What if it was that old man?
What old man?
Lord Santaka.
Oh yeah, Lord Santaka.
I can't believe I just remembered his name.
Well, why would he be?
I never remember that dude's name.
Why would he leave her on that planet if he's still on that planet? Because Poe, Lord Santaka, and Rey are all on that planet.
What if she's Boba Fett's daughter? I don't know.
That wouldn't make any sense. Then why would she be force sensitive then?
I don't know. Everybody's doing it.
It would make more sense if she had like a Mandalorian helmet.
Right. It just seems like a very Boba Fett.
I'm Boba Fett.
It just seems like a very Boba Fett thing.
And you thought they smelled bad on the outside.
You'll be fine here.
I'll let you know. I gotta go. Tauntauns never forget.
I just think Snoke is either Plagueis or he's the Emperor. And I think Rey is his granddaughter. Or
she's a Kenobi.
She's not a Kenobi. I cannot see Obi-Wan hitting it with anybody besides himself. Obi-Choki.
No one loves me better than myself, Anakin.
No, because man.
Yeah. He's rubbing one out and all of a sudden fucking Rey appears.
No,
there's my Force ghost there.
He had a thing for that Mandalorian senator, or whatever you wanted to call her, some type of leader for Mandalore. And, I don't know, maybe they had a thing on the side. That was his squeeze when he got away from the council.
Look at this Jedi dick.
Old Ben was...
I can make a move. No hands.
No hands. You want to see something? Spit. How'd you do that? It's a Jedi trick.
You will sleep with me. Yes, I will. All right.
Perverted, dirty old Obi-Wan that's living in it.
That's the Obi-Wan we're talking about.
Hey there, dear guy. I got a $5 bill taped to my inner thigh. Hot in there, Rose. It's hot. This man's got 2 sons. You can take your shirt off. Bring your fat ass back here. Don't make me work for it. You're a Skywalker. I like Skywalker. Anyway,
I just don't. I don't see Snoke being anybody besides Plagueis or the Emperor.
All I know is that we get to see Darth Julius Vader again with new dialogue, new scenes. Dude, I am so psyched to see Darth Vader.
I'm really not that excited. I'm excited about the movie. I'm just not excited about Darth
For real?
For real.
Really?
I mean, I want to see Vader.
Han Solo dick sucking motherfucker.
I just want to see Vader, yes, rip somebody's head off, tear somebody up, fuck people up. That's what. But, like, I'm not like, oh my god, I cannot wait to see Darth Vader
I can't wait.
I mean, I'm not hard on over it, but, like...
I'm close.
I mean...
I'm seriously, I want to see Vader be ruthless.
He's going to have to be. Because we haven't seen... It's like Empire, and Return of the Jedi. We didn't know who Yoda really was until the prequels.
Right, yeah, because the original trilogy, Yoda was way past his prime.
That's a good way to put it. Actually, we could be sitting on the cusp of seeing a side of Darth Vader we've never seen.
This might be a new opening for what Darth Vader's future going to be. Like how Yoda, everyone was like, oh, Yoda's that fucking green puppet from Empire and Return of the Jedi, and Darth Vader's just that big fucking bulky robot. But this movie might set the fucking new tone for Vader for future, like how we think of Yoda now. Like now I think of Yoda as a fucking badass, and he was the shit and everything because he fought the Emperor. He was the head of the fucking council.
But he used to be a creepy little Muppet.
But now he used to be, but before he used to be a creepy little Muppet,
Well,
doing flips while feeding your backpack while you do flips, getting chased by seagulls.
What was I going to say?
Run. I could be your backpack while you run.
I don't know. Just what was the point you were making right before? Oh, about Vader.
About Vader's character being more open, like being more explored, being more finding out his real true powers besides walking around and fucking showing his penis size to everybody.
Right.
This big.
It's big, but I'm still kidding with the Force.
Look at my upgrade.
Or unless they killed, or unless this Darth Vader is a clone of Anakin.
But imagine this. Okay, so we keep talking about after Episode 7, Grandpa finished what you started. What did he say? What is it that he's trying to finish? What if in Rogue One we find that's what Vader was doing.
Good point. That is actually a good point.
That's what Kylo was told, and Kylo's like, that's what I gotta finish.
Maybe you see Vader looking at some planets for like some planet
to save the planet,
or destroy the planet. Or like some planet, or you maybe you see a figure of something.
How about I'll finish what you started? Vader trying to turn. We kind of touched upon this last episode. Vader trying to turn Luke to the dark side so that he and Luke could rule the galaxy. So what if that's what he started?
Kylo Ren.
And Kylo Ren, his goal is to turn Luke evil.
To the dark
Mind blown.
Your mind might be blown, but my pants just got blown.
Think about that, though. What if Kylo Ren's whole purpose in life is like Luke Skywalker?
That's why he was
is
looking
key.
for the map so much.
Me and Luke Skywalker, that's our destiny. That's him and I are going to rule the galaxy like my grandfather and him were going to rule.
No.
I like it. I like it.
Maybe, and that's why
I like it a lot.
And then that's why I like it a lot. And I think that's why I think maybe Snoke is the Emperor, because the Emperor wanted Luke to kill his father, and then, now that his father's dead, Kylo Ren is going to have to kill Luke Skywalker to become the galaxy's strongest Jedi.
Oh, we know Snoke fears Luke, for sure. And maybe that's why he truly fears him.
Snoke feared Han Solo, too.
Maybe he knows Luke's destiny is actually to rule the galaxy. Maybe Snoke knows that's Luke's destiny, but Luke Luke needs that catalyst. Something that's going to pull him to the dark side. Because he's never been in love. He's never had that bitch die on him that he loved, that turned him to the dark side like his father. There's never been a thing, other than, I guess, maybe Vader, but that gave Luke a purpose to stay good.
See, I think that's just
I have to be the good influence for my father's sake. Maybe Luke's destiny lies, and he has to walk down that dark path.
Luke's destiny was to become the farmer that Owen told him to be. And Han Solo was supposed to kill Vader.
I don't want to be a Jedi. I want to be a moisture farmer. I want to be a moisture farmer. God damn it.
No, I don't know. If Luke Skywalker was supposed to be the fucking chosen one.
I'm not saying he's the chosen one.
If he was supposed
But what if the chosen one and his offspring were supposed to rule the galaxy? You don't have the chosen one anymore, so his offspring is still meant to rule the galaxy, but he needs something to turn him dark. And Kylo Ren's like, I'll become dark. I'll be that reason.
A purple lightsaber would make him dark. It did for Mace Windu. Mace Windu was white.
Or Mace was already dark and the purple lightsaber had nothing to do with it.
That could be it too.
He's like, this is because I'm dark.
Because I'm dark, I get purple.
I love purple.
My favorite is the color purple.
I don't know. I think Luke Skywalker is just a pansy for running and hiding, knowing that his family is in danger.
You're such a hater, man.
No, his family's in danger, and you're going to run off and hide out on fucking Easter Island.
All right,
and have your daughter climb all them steps to give you your lightsaber because you're too much of a one-armed bitch to get your own shit.
Well, then the same thing...
Blasphemy!
The same thing could be said about Han Solo, then.
What?
Why are you off going getting fucking space zoo animals when you could have been going after your son?
Because he's fucking crazy.
He's fucking
if my kid was crazy like that, I wouldn't want to be around him.
Han's crazy.
Han's crazy, too. But Han's like, you know what? Leia, this is your kid. This is your family. You did this to our kid.
I didn't give him the fucked up force powers. You did.
I didn't give him the lightsaber. I didn't fucking tell him to go be in the fucking Jedi Academy. That's you. I'm out. Chewie, let's roll.
I can see that argument. I wanted him to be a smuggler, but no.
No.
You had to go to the Academy. Fuck it, I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly. He was supposed to run the Falcon after I died. But guess what? That ain't happening. Now Finn is doing it.
Yeah. Some black guy just jacked my Falcon.
So yeah, my sympathy goes to Han Solo. Because A, his son killed him. B, some random black guy is driving his fucking Falcon. Yes, I'm sorry. But I can say that because I'm black.
Ralph really is black.
I really am black. I am black.
No, it's
black as hell, motherfuckers.
It's not a random black guy. It's going to be revealed that he's the long-lost son of Lando Calrissian.
It's not impossible.
And Leia. What if Han Solo and Leia split up and Ben...
They could do that now because Han's dead.
Yes. No. Even before that, Han left her, and then Kylo Ren goes, "Hey, baby, I heard your man left." And then Finn and Leia get it.
And Leia.
I've actually heard this theory.
And then Leia and Finn, or Leia and... whatever the fuck his name, Lando.
Well, don't they kind of hint at it in Empire that her and Lando might have? Don't they?
Might have had a thing.
Well, no, because he was
Lando's like
Lando was like, look at, what does he say that? What do we have here, or something like that? He says like that.
That's pretty good Lando.
And then
I'll trade you that spaceship for what you got on your arm there.
And then I think eventually
Lando. Listen to some of this.
Lando, and then Han Solo left, and she was all desperate. And Lando shows up with the purple cape and goes, "I got something to help to ease your mind."
She's like, "Purple, I love purple, purple rain." No, I have actually heard.
Are we getting back into the black lightsabers?
I think black lightsabers matter. Black sabers matter for sure.
All lightsabers matter.
No, black sabers matter. Damn it.
I kind of lean more towards red lightsabers.
So okay. If Finn is Leia's son, what would that make Rey? If that'd be her cousin?
If Finn is Leia's son. Well, we don't know who Rey is.
We still don't know the...
Okay, if that would be her cousin. That goes to that weird love connection.
Cousin love it.
That goes to that weird love connection like they had in episode 4 with Luke and Leia.
Disney's talking about, what should we do for this movie?
Right. No, we're talking...
Let's just make some cousin love and family.
No, listen. You guys
have our first retarded Jedi.
I can see like a pitch. I can see a pitch meeting. All right,
here's your lightsaber. Don't ever light it.
Do I turn it on like this?
I can see just some pitch meeting. It's like, okay, what's the connection between them? How are we gonna do this? Incest! Damn it, Dave! I told you once we're not gonna do that again. But it worked in the other one. I don't care.
He's black this time.
All right.
But they're still cousins.
All right, that's better.
Yeah, I made blankets.
Yeah, he's one with the Force, all right.
They look at what if he's black? Okay, let's look at the list. No, we don't have a black guy. Okay, that's it.
We barely even have women in the galaxy, so let's throw a black guy in.
Chinese? No Chinese in this one. No. We'll pin that for a spin-off. We'll do that for a spin-off.
Alright guys, so I had this thought about Rogue One today, so I want to bring it up to you.
Shoot.
I'm actually...
killing that bottle.
I'm actually thinking today, like, wow. Okay, so you know we've talked a little bit about how Disney is talking about whether or not to keep the episodes going. And Jeremy is all for them making at least 12, at least.
9. It's got to be 9. It should have ended at 7 with Solo dying, but we're going with 9.
My opinion is at least 12. That's the way I feel.
12 is too much.
The way I feel, Ralph.
It's going to be... Okay, you're feeling. Go ahead. I can't object to your feelings.
Because I feel that way, like, I don't want them to stop the Skywalker saga. I'm kind of on the fence about there's a little part of me, and I know I'm going to get a blasphemy here. There's a little part of me that doesn't want this movie to do well.
8 or Rogue One?
Rogue One. Because
Rogue One's not going to do good.
Because if this movie kicks ass, and it probably will, and makes lots of money, I think Disney's going to go, well, fuck the saga. We don't need to make the saga. We have all these other ideas. We can just keep making spin-off movies. And I'm all for spin-offs. I am. But I still think there's no need to rush the saga. I think there's at least 12 stories in the saga.
I mean, they could do a saga of Luke's childhood, like what it was like being a moisture farmer. That's always fucking fun.
No!
Well,
or they could do...
Well, they're supposedly going to do... They're talking about an Obi-Wan movie. Now, they could either do... They could go in two directions with that. They could show Obi-Wan as a kid growing up until he becomes...
Qui-Gon.
He meets Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Or they could do...
After he leaves Luke.
His life on Tatooine, looking over Luke. Maybe
that'd be a boring ass fucking
maybe
movie,
Luke gets into trouble, or maybe somebody finds Luke, and Obi-Wan has to fight them off. You know, and then maybe we see Obi-Wan communicating with Qui-Gon,
or you just see an old man staring through Luke's window.
He's like,
yes, you will take off that shirt now.
Yeah.
You will take off them weird boots.
Sleep tight, little boy. Sweet dreams.
You will dream about old men one day.
Get your fatty little ass back.
Get your little farmer-looking ass over here.
No, alright, so think about this. They could do 9... Okay, so this trilogy pretty much wraps up at 9. They could go 50 years into the future.
Yeah, with Finn and Rey popping out little babies.
They could do who?
That's going to fucking be great.
They could do... Okay, did Kylo Ren have offspring? You know what I'm saying? Kylo Ren's grandchildren.
I'm sure he has offspring now. Look at him.
So I'm not saying I'm not saying they have to do 12 episodes of this story.
That's what he needs. He needs to get fucking laid.
How?
That's why he's pissed off all the time.
Ah! He's like, this is a sausage fest in here.
Why don't you fight me attractive?
Because I'm your mother. What the fuck? What?
I'm just saying, there's a little part of me that doesn't want this movie to be badass at the box office.
It's not going to be badass.
I think it's going to make
Han Solo's
it's going to
not
make
in
money
it.
regardless.
It's going to be good.
It's going to hinge... I think it's going to hinge on Vader.
How much
if they fuck up Vader in this, if they use Vader as nothing more than a plot device, ooh, Vader's gonna come get you. Oh no!
Right, I agree.
Then I think it's gonna get horrible reviews, no matter how good the rest.
You know what it's going to remind me of? And I know you guys like the video game. It's going to remind me a lot of Star Wars Unleashed, the video game.
It's a good game.
It's a good game,
but I didn't like the story.
It's kind of pointless at the end. You know, it's like, what does it matter? And that's how Rogue One.
See, you cannot go into Rogue One thinking that way. You can't.
Well, I go into all movies thinking that way.
No, dude, I'm telling you. What's going to happen at the very end of Rogue One, I promise you, will be a surprise.
Yes, it's going to be a big surprise. But it's not going to be like, holy shit, that's a big surprise. It's going to be fucking Jyn Erso, going to be either Princess Leia.
No.
Or it's going to be Captain Phasma.
No.
That's the main two things.
Or Jyn Erso. Her character could go many different directions.
Or the Rogue Squadron become the Knights of Ren.
No.
Somehow. Because
Forrest Whitaker's fat ass cannot fit into anything.
No, I think Forrest Whitaker dies.
I hope he does.
I think he dies.
Not because he's Forrest Whitaker.
And I don't think Forrest Whitaker is part of the Rogue Squadron. I think when he's there, and I think he's going to be...
The Knights of Ren are going to be so fucking
I think there's going to be a
old.
flashback, and then there's going to be him now. And I think him now is going to be past his prime.
This is what I've kind of heard about Saw Gerrera, about the character in the movie. Forrest Whitaker's character. I kind of heard like he is her Jyn Erso's mentor.
Like her Obi-Wan?
Kind of, because her father is... Basically, what I've heard, spoilers, if this is true.
Yeah, he got kidnapped.
Right.
Yeah.
Orson, director Krennic, is friends with him, and basically he comes to him at the beginning of the movie, I think, and kidnaps him and says, "No, you're coming to work for
But
me."
he dies in the movie.
So she grows up without a father, and I think the Saw Gerrera guy steps in, and he's kind of like the father figure.
The father figure,
and that's why she's kind of like a hardened badass.
Which kind of goes back to your point from last week about the whole not having a father imagery.
Oh yeah,
that's a recurring theme.
Reoccurring theme in Star Wars.
Star Wars,
not having a good father figure in your life.
It doesn't have to be a Star Wars movie for that shit.
No, but it's definitely a Star Wars theme.
I think personally that she's either going to be fucking Princess Leia. I know you guys are going to be Princess Leia, or she's going to be Captain Phasma.
I don't think it's either or.
I
think it can't be limited to just those two options.
It has to be. There's no other females in the universe. That's why Han Solo gets off just by looking at Leia's fucking cinnamon bun
unless
ears.
Unless they're the Knights of Ren.
I think she
Otherwise,
dies.
they're going to have to kill them.
The Knights of Ren is going to be way too old by that time.
I think, look, she's the main character. You got to think about how stories are done.
She's not
the main
gonna die.
character. They're going to suck us in by showing us pictures.
There has not been one female that died in Star Wars that was not a fucking alien or a Jedi.
Amidala.
Well, that bitch don't count. We knew
she's the mother of the main character.
She don't. Okay.
No, here's what I think.
Maybe it's Queen Amidala's
They're going to draw us in. Okay, this is the main character. You're going to see her more than anyone else on the screen.
Yeah,
you're going to see her as a little girl that's frightened and scared. You're going to see her as an adult, and you're going to, in the back of your mind, you're going to be thinking, "Oh man, they're going to kill her. They're going to kill her. I actually like this chick." And then you start to hope. I hope they don't kill her. I hope, and she's going to have the most dramatic death of anyone.
No,
at the hands of either Vader or Boba Fett. One of those two people are going to kill her.
Boba Fett would still exist in this universe.
No, what I think is going to happen.
And she's going to die a very tragic death, and we're all going to be like, "Oh my God."
No, it's not going to be a tragic death. It's going to be, I caught you, bitch. Trying to get my plans. Put this white robe on. Make your hair look like cinnamon roll buns. Here's an R2 unit. And tell Obi-Wan you're yours only. You are his only hope.
You look a lot like my daughter.
Wait, you're saying Vader Vader would tell her to do this?
Well, I'm not saying Vader's going to tell her to do this, but I think that is her white gown as her prisoner. That's her prisoner gear, like her fucking orange jumpsuit for prisoners. That is her prisoner gown. He's gonna put this shit on.
Okay,
you are my fucking prisoner, and that's what's gonna happen. She gets caught trying to steal the plans, and she ends up. That's Princess Leia. Jyn Erso is her real name or is her code name?
It's not Princess Leia.
You know what? I'm done with this podcast. All right, fine. It's either Princess Leia or Phasma. And I'm going in there with custom shirts saying Princess...
Hey, you won't believe the whole Knights of Ren thing because they're too old. Phasma would be too old.
Yeah, Phasma would be too old. If that,
she cannot be the hot chick from Game of Thrones if she's 60.
You don't know that, though, because time and space is a lot different than time on Earth.
That would support my theory. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to agree with Nate.
Like, you stupid fucker, that ain't gonna work. But you know what? She could be Phasma, though.
It could happen. It can happen. You don't know how old Erso is. She could be 15, 16 years old. And then plus another what? How many years between... Okay, so 30. She could be 45 years old by episode 7. That's not old for a mother. Exactly.
Nowadays it is.
Well, if you watch MTV, it is. It isn't.
Or if you watch, the daycare at the high schools anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that Rogue One is going to be a good movie, but it's just going to show all Vader, which is good. It's going to have to show Vader. Show Vader's real power.
Well, there are going to have to be a connection or connections.
But they might not even have to show Vader's real power because we already know what Vader's real power is.
No, we don't.
We don't really.
Anakin Skywalker, same fucking person.
No,
they're not.
But we've never seen him as Vader.
We've never seen him in his glory as Vader. The only time we've seen him is when he fights a 85-year-old Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but then he fights Luke.
And then he fights Luke, but I mean...
He gives up on Luke because he knows it's his son.
But
so
that's toward the end of his prime. I mean, this is Vader.
I still can't
fresh in his suit.
I still can't believe you're like, I'm not really that excited about Vader. What?
I'm not. I am not because I'm just not. Okay, great. Yeah, Vader.
But you know what I think? I think when you see him on screen and he's talking to Krennic or something and he's saying shit that you're like, whoa, that's pretty badass.
All right, I'm more interested to see who the hell Jyn Erso is than fucking Vader's powers.
She's Jyn Erso. She's not anybody.
She is somebody. She is somebody.
I am all for the Star Wars universe being interconnected, kind of like our world, our universe is. Like, we live in a very big world, 7 billion people, but, you know, hey, I know that guy. Actually, I know his daughter, blah, blah, blah. I'm all for Star Wars being that.
There's gotta be. They cannot just throw...
Not everybody has to be related.
Yes, in Star Wars world, they do. They do.
I would be okay with her being a bit piece somewhere. She's not Princess Leia. She's not.
Okay.
She's not.
She's not, guys. She's not Princess Leia.
And if she is Princess Leia, then Bail Organa is a fucking idiot. If he's like nowhere to be seen, where's my daughter? You know?
Maybe she ran away from home. She got tired of the princess.
But he's
in the movie.
Yeah, but
he's gonna be like, you're not my daughter.
No, he's gonna be. It's gonna be the same fucking thing like it was with Episode 4. She's tired of the princess life. Luke's tired of the farmer life. He runs, she leaves, and she joins a rebellion.
I think what we will see though is I think we're gonna see Jyn Erso run into Leia.
Oh, I do think we'll see that.
I think they'll run into each other.
A couple months ago, I would have said, nah, maybe not. But now I do think. I think
you're only saying that because you're half a bottle in.
No, I do think we're going to see a little bit of Princess Leia. But
we'll see a lot.
The only way to do Princess Leia right is the way
doggy style.
Is the way that they did.
I'm sorry.
Is the way that they did.
That's the only way to do it right.
Is the way that they did Robert Downey Jr. in Civil War.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be very brief. I think you're going to see her with the plans, handing them over to Leia, and Leia's going to say something that we've never heard her say before, like "The rebellion will always remember you," or something like that.
And then she gets killed.
And then she walks away, and that's when Vader walks into the room. Or
ask where the plans were because you had them, and then
I know you have them. Where are they? And she's like, I don't have them. And and dies ruthlessly at the hands of Vader. And that's maybe we see. I do think we're going to see R2-D2 too. He's not been in any.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be.
Or R2's got to be.
Because Jyn Erso is going to tell him that she is his only hope.
Oh God!
You know, 3 out of 4 ain't bad, but 1 out of 4 is pretty damn good. All right, I'm just saying, 1 out of 4. Give me.
He's just gonna keep throwing shit at the wall, and one of them is gonna be right. I told you, fuckers.
Something's gonna stick, dude. I'm throwing a hand of spaghetti at the wall.
I tell you what, right now I am not sitting next to you, and I normally would be like, "Yeah, I want to sit next to her."
No,
because I don't want to hear.
No,
there she is. There's Princess Leia. Shut up, Ralph.
I'm gonna fucking no.
Every time she's on
scene arrangements. Nate, me, you, Chris. So I can stand up and be like, "Fuck all you bitches," because I was right. I was right.
And he's gonna bring the mic in. And he's dropping.
I'm dropping the mic. I'm telling you, Jyn Erso, Princess Leia, Captain Phasma. That's mine. Last podcast before Rogue One.
All right, so we're going to shift gears for a moment and talk about the Spider-Man trailer that was dropped.
Yeah, it was great.
Ralph is dying to talk about it.
Yeah, it was great.
Spider-Man is Princess Leia.
Now that's just stupid.
You fuckers will see someday. You'll see.
That's just a stupid... Why would you even say that?
It's because... with great responsibility, or great powers comes great responsibility.
No.
Anyways.
No, Spider-Man is actually Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben never died.
Damn, I thought he was going to say Finn and Rey's son.
That's a good intro. That's a good intro into this. Actually, I heard something about that they are not going anywhere near the origin story because it's been done. It's been
overplayed.
I heard something talked about Uncle Ben will maybe be referenced in the movie.
He probably ran off.
But he's already dead. This is why we get
probably blew his head off with all these Spider-Man
the hottest
movies.
Aunt May that ever existed.
I agree.
Marissa Tomei.
It's going to steal the show.
Yeah.
Like, Tony Stark wants some of that shit right there.
Yeah.
Is that your aunt? Really? That's your aunt?
God damn, son.
But Spider-Man movie, I think, is going to do good.
From the trailer that just dropped, the interactions
that's going to be good.
Robert Downey Jr. and Spider-Man are just fucking kick-ass.
Yeah, I think it's
kick-ass.
This is probably the movie that's going to save me to liking Spider-Man again.
Yeah.
Because right now, Spider-Man is nothing but a bug that's going to get smashed.
I've never been a huge Spider-Man fan. Maybe a little bit more, I don't know. Superman and Spider-Man are kind of on an equal level.
Yeah, they both suck each other off.
But
sorry, that was kind of graphic.
This trailer looks promising. I mean, we got the original Batman coming back as a villain, and he only has 2 seconds in this trailer.
Michael Keaton.
But what he says in this, what does he say?
He says,
"Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Stay out of my way, or I will kill you.
Yeah, I will kill you
and kill everyone that you love."
Chills.
And he says it he says it. If you watch the trailer, he almost says it in the Batman voice.
And by the way,
I just want to hear the Beetlejuice voice.
You're young, kid. You don't probably know this.
I'm gonna kill you and your mother and your father.
I think the opening.
My parents are dead too.
I think the opening is awesome when he references the thieves.
The Avengers.
And you guys aren't the real the real Avengers.
Yeah, Hulk gave it away.
That's awesome.
That's gonna be good.
They actually show the Vulture design in this.
Real brief, but yeah.
Yeah, it brief. You see enough of it, and from what you see, I think they nailed it.
Yeah.
The look.
Yeah, because I was talking to that UPS guy we know about this movie, and he's like, I hope they don't make him all mechanical and shit like he's supposed to be. And I go, well, why would you not want him to be? And he said, I don't know, remember, who is the dude from X-Men that had the real wings? Is it Angel?
Archangel.
Well, it was Angel, and then when Apocalypse got his hands on him, he became Archangel.
Right. So, yeah. Corey referenced that, like, wouldn't you love to see a Vulture like with real wings like that? And I'm like, that's not the Vulture.
That's really not the Vulture at all.
Like the Vulture I grew up with was an old ass man that is all decrepit and falling apart and had to regenerate.
He was a teacher, wasn't he? If I remember correctly,
he was
one of Peter Parker's teachers.
I don't think he was one of Peter Parker's teachers.
No, I think there's kind of a reason why Robert Downey Jr. is in this, besides being the Avengers connection. But if I'm not mistaken, I think I can't think of the character's first name, but I think it's like Graves or something is his last name. But I think he used to be an employee of Stark Industries, and he ends up getting fired. For some reason, and I think he took the Vulture suit with him.
That makes sense.
And because in the brief time that you see him in the trailer, it looks like he comes flying in, and it kind of looks like he's robbing something, or he's attacking maybe Stark Industries, and trying to get something or something. I mean,
trying to get something that.
It looks like there's. They've skewed away from the animated Vulture, where it had some life-absorbing technology for some reason. I don't know. Cartoons are crazy sometimes. But I think Michael Keaton as a villain in this is going to be a very great choice.
I'd just like to see Michael Keaton back in any kind of fucking
especially
superhero
playing
movie.
A badass.
Right.
Especially like, I don't give a fuck.
That
attitude.
They've come out with so many
I want to see Michael Keaton
movies and
riding. And
this
my
is the
favorite
one.
Spider-Man, but this is just it. My favorite Spider-Man villain is Carnage, and I have yet to see any of that shit.
100% agree. I want to see Carnage in a movie.
And they're talking about it. They are. Believe me,
they know.
Because all I hear is they're talking about it. I want to see some shit.
They need carnage.
They are thinking about doing a Venom movie, and that would be a perfect time to introduce Carnage at the end of the movie.
And then
you see a chunk goes off, and it's like a red chunk, and you kind of see it go into like a cell.
Yeah, because
but they don't show the character.
No,
you just you see it kind of go over like the bars, and all of a sudden you hear a scream, and then it'll you see like the camera will pan back, and then you see like the nameplate on the cell door. You click Cassius or whatever.
All I know is that Marvel better pony up and pay Robert Downey Jr. anything he fucking wants. I'm serious. Seriously, it's a Spider-Man movie, but he stole the trailer. Again, he stole it.
It's Robert Downey Jr.
I know, dude. Take him out of that trailer. That movie's kind of like...
That's why they put Robert Downey Jr. in the Spider-Man movie. Otherwise, it would have been like the last two Spider-Man movies. Just another fucking Spider-Man movie. But you got Robert Downey Jr. in your Iron Man. You gotta throw it in. Otherwise, it's just gonna be, another fucking kid from Brooklyn.
He is the torchbearer of the Marvel universe. I don't even know...
Who's Spider-Man?
No. Robert Downey Jr. I don't know how you... Seriously, I don't know how you replace that dude. I think that may be when he finally says, fuck it, I'm done. And they're like, but wait, we'll pay you everything.
Yeah.
When he finally says, I'm done, I think that's DC's moment. That's DC's moment when there's no more Iron Man to carry
But see, that's what I'm saying about DC and Marvel. Marvel's kept the same characters through every movie. When DC's got fucking Batfleck, they got fucking
Batfleck.
All these other guys playing fucking... we grown Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Hemsworth and fucking whoever the hell that David Ruffalo guy is. Mark Ruffalo. All these guys, they got all these guys playing the same roles, which is fucking awesome. But Batman and Superman and fucking all these other stupid fucking movies from DC, it's killing DC. I'm tired of seeing Ben Affleck. Next movie is gonna be Matt Damon playing Robin. I'm just saying.
It is kind of hard to watch as a DC fan. I didn't grow up really a Marvel fan.
Vince Vaughn is the Riddler.
Vince Vaughn is the Riddler.
I hate Vince Vaughn. I absolutely hate
Vince Vaughn is the Riddler.
But that totally...
Nothing over there? I don't know. You got over there, I'm over here. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's pretty good Vince Vaughn impression, actually.
No,
but that's totally what DC... That seems like a logical DC pick.
But like I said, Jeff Johns is now watching over the whole cinematic universe, and that's just not going to fly with him.
If he can't save it, nobody can.
No, exactly. There's not a Stan Lee.
There's not a Stan Lee
for the DC universe.
Hey, maybe we should end on that note.
Let's end it on that note.
You want to make?
We're not talking about Wreck-It Ralph anymore.
Fuck Wreck-It Ralph.
You want to make the announcement about the tickets?
What tickets?
The
speeding tickets?
In the spring.
Tickets?
Oh, yes.
On that
note, go ahead.
The Nerd Eye Council is going to
C2E2,
the Chicago Comic-Con
at McCormick Place.
We are psyched in April of 2017. About that time, we should be talking hardcore about Spider-Man. Should be a second trailer at that moment.
By that time,
maybe even hopefully we got our first fucking Episode 8 trailer at that point.
And we will know that Jyn Erso is Princess Leia.
And we're planning on tentatively doing a podcast from the floor of C2E2.
Hopefully.
That would be cool.
If we can pull that off.
We can do that.
Right. And we have guys working on, right now we have guys working on how to get Stan Lee onto our podcast.
Kidnapping, whatever.
Whatever it takes.
No kidnapping, just playing. But Steve's got to finish up with the news.
We'll take his medication.
Steve left early today. Steve is sleeping.
I got a date. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Steve. Come on, Steve.
I gotta go meet this chick.
Give us at least
really hot.
Steve, at least give us the weather for the next 7 days.
You know who she is? I'll tell you who she is.
Who's he?
You know what Superman's a girlfriend? Now you know Now you know why I need to leave. I need to go sleep. It's Lois Lane!
Alright, before you leave, we need to know the weather for the next 7 days.
Oh, who fucking cares? You know what? Here's the weather. It's gonna be raining pussy! Because I am the pussy stone. I heard about it. I went looking for it. And I found it. It was laying there, the pussy stone.
Where was it at?
Right outside your bedroom. You know what I mean, right? Well.
So,
anyways, I got news next week.
Alright. See you later, Steve. Alright. That was Steve with the Nerd Eye News.
So, that's our episode for you guys. Next week...
Like it, love it, just fucking listen to it.
If everything goes as planned, we will be coming at you live from post Rogue One, and we're going to give our movie breakdown, reactions,
and our rating
to the first standalone Star Wars movie.
Yep. Till next week.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
See ya.
Later. Princess Leia.